Welcome back. Tennis has been referred to as the sport for a lifetime, which is very true for our next Zoomer athlete, Inge Weber. Inge has been playing since she was a little girl, and she still plays today at age 87. And listen to her record. She is a four-time world tennis champion. Earlier this year, she won the Canadian National Championship. In 2019, she did not lose a match and won the Canadian National Championship, the US National Championship, and the World National Championship. Take a look.
I probably started playing tennis when I was 10 years old, but then I've always done sports all my life.
Like any great athlete, Inge had obstacles to overcome. She began experiencing pain in her 50s, and after increasing discomfort and having to scale back on some of the activities she loved, she had both hips replaced in 2010 and 2011. Her goal? Just to get back to playing tennis again.
I thought, well, it'll be interesting to see how well I do, you know, but I was just so free because of no pain, and I moved well, and the next thing I know, you know, I win one match, I win the next match. Some days I wake up and I get up and I think, oh God, I'm stiff, and oh, maybe it hurts here sometimes, and what the heck is this, you know? And then you start moving around and doing exercise, and all of a sudden you're good to go. Then of course you have to be a little tough with yourself too. You cannot give in every time you have a pain.
Well, Inge is a member of the same tennis club that my husband and I belong to. And Inge, seeing all of those medals and records makes me feel a little better about the way you drubbed me when I had the misfortune of being played against you in some club thing. This is obviously something that you love so much that you are never tempted, or is it the discipline that keeps you going?
Well, if you give up, then you might as well give up life, right? So I think if you keep going and do sports, and it keeps you young and it keeps you healthy, or at least you can stay at a certain level with your health. This is one of the things why I keep playing tennis and exercising.
There's a social aspect to it as well. It also keeps you in a better mood. It's for mental health. How have you found that?
I train with younger athletes, and so my training has all ages, and that's certainly a social thing where you've got high schoolers, university age, and other master's age athletes all together. And we find that we have the sport in common, so that brings us together.
So I play squash and tennis, not particularly well, but I enjoy squash, particularly the social side of it, and I get to play all ages, both sexes. And I was playing a young woman a couple of months ago on the ladder, and I have really no sense of how old they are. And I thought at the end of it, she won by 1 point. At the end of it, I thought I would just say, you know, are you in school? I thought that was general enough. You could be 32 and taking a PhD. And I said, are you in school? And she said, yes, I am. And I said, well, what are you taking? She said, I'm in grade 10. So it's a real pleasure. And tonight I'm playing, I think, a 15-year-old young woman. And I played a 30-year-old young man a couple of nights ago, and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed that social aspect.
Yeah, the socializing, especially when COVID came around and like most clubs were closed down, like our club too. That's one of the things I miss, not seeing my friends. And you really felt isolated, at least I did. So it really makes a big difference doing sports and having friends and meeting other people.
A member of our club, now deceased, who was on a previous show, Bernie Kaufman. So he played tennis until he was 97. Yeah. He was there every day, and he passed away during COVID. And I'm pretty sure that he died of loneliness, or loneliness was a contributing factor.
Yes, I believe that too, yes. I lived by myself, so it was very isolating. I mean, I would go for walks, sometimes sometimes 2-3 times a day, just to get out and say hello to somebody that walked by or something like that, just to have some interaction with another human being.
What's your take on all of this?
First off, I think it's absolutely fantastic. As a company, our vision statement is longevity and pain-free living for everyone. And that's pain-free in the body, but also mentally. There was a gentleman who wrote a book, a guy called Dan Buettner, wrote a book called Blue Zones.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got like a Netflix thing out and all this, that and the other. He went all over the world looking at these zones where people live to 100 plus on a regular basis. And he put a lot of it down to the social aspect, having a purpose. But what was fantastic, we talk about all these different things about going crazy with health and fitness. He actually put it down. There was a correlation between the inclination of the road that you lived on and how long you lived.
Wow.
So just if you live on a steep road, obviously you've got to walk up and down it. You can't drive. You know what I mean? It'll have no impact on you whatsoever. But walking up and down a steep road, like, you see, it had a correlation with longevity of life, along with the social aspect and a purpose as well.
Okay. We need to take a short break. We will return with more.